Hi everyone, it's Gary here, and this is episode 2 of my new mortgage payoff series. In episode 1, I introduced an Excel sheet that I started up, and this Excel file is meant for tracking off the amount of principal paid off every month. And the whole goal of this series is again to help inspire others to pay their debt down, as well as get an in-depth look at my outstanding mortgage debt. So let's take the numbers here that I went through, and over November, I updated these values into this column here, this D column. Mortgage number 1, I was able to pay off $592 and some change. That's about normal for me on that one. Mortgage number 2, I was able to pay off almost the exact same amount, $591.91. And you can obviously see the difference between the interest paid on these, and of course that is because I've got a higher interest rate on the first one. Oh, mortgage number 2, real quick, in last video I incorrectly stated I did not pay anything down on this. Looking back at the records, we paid 20-something thousand down on the original purchase price of $240,000. Getting on to mortgage number 3, the most recent one, I paid off $731, and that was a little more than the interest paid. Also, this loan has PMI of $23.40 every month. This PMI will not go away until the LTV is at 80%, of course, and that is going to be $104,000 balance. So as you can see, I've got just under $5,000 to pay before that reaches that point. Totals for the month of November, paid off $1,916.03. And somebody commented on that last video, and they gave a really great idea to track the interest paid each month as well. So here you can see on that first mortgage, it was $646. The second one was $383. And the third mortgage, almost $700 in interest. And down here you can see that it was still above the interest paid out. And that's the goal, right? You want to pay more principal versus interest every month. And in total, I was able to decrease the total mortgage balances from $461,601 to $459,685. Those numbers are pretty staggering when I look at them, but at the same time, it's going to be pretty interesting to follow this each month and see that number slowly whittle down. It's going to take a long time, I know, but that's part of this series, right? Is to help keep that momentum going and inspire you guys as well as myself to keep paying off this debt. And one of the sub goals I will say on this is to get each one of these mortgages to where I'm paying more principal over interest every single month without paying extra on the principal. For example, this first loan here, you can see it's going to be a little while yet before this principal comes over the interest paid. And I believe I only paid an extra $50 or so on this loan. Mortgage number 2, I've already crossed that threshold where the minimum principal paid off every month is over the interest. And on mortgage number 3, I ended up paying, I think it was an extra $600 on this one. So doing the math, I'm only paying off a minimum of about $131 principal every month versus the interest of almost $700. So if you get the picture there, again, that goal is to get it to where without adding any additional principal on each of those payments, that the principal would outweigh the interest. And of course, naturally, at that point, the acceleration of the payoff will start to happen. But anyway, guys, that's going to conclude episode 2. Again, I'm going to keep refining this Excel sheet and eventually start to have some graphs over on the sides. Keep the suggestions and comments coming. I hope you found this educational. I'm going to try to keep putting these updates out monthly. I'm going to shoot for sending them out on the first of every month. So with that, it's Gary out. We'll see you in the next one.